Ethereum is about to explode and almost no one's ready for it. Hey guys, I've got something really important to say about Ethereum today. If you look at the weekly chart, Ethereum has now printed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Doge candles. These Doge candles are where the price moves up and down but closes nearly at the same level. Clear signs of indecision. Having 6 straight weekly Doge candles, honestly, I don't even think I have really seen this kind of pattern on the weekly before. So what this tells us is simple. No clear direction at the moment. But more importantly, there's one critical trend you need to watch. Zoom out, let's look at the big picture. Since we're looking at the chart on the weekly time frame, we gotta switch to the log chart to better capture the bigger picture. So Ethereum has been following a long-term ascending trend line. Right now, ETH is just outside the trend line, and whether or not it reclaims this trend line will likely determine the next big move. If Ethereum re-enters that trend line, odds are high that we see a strong rally. Let me break it down. Take this trend line and duplicate it above. What you get is a parallel ascending channel. Inside this channel, ETH has already made 1 and 2 major swing highs. And after the second peak, price broke down and fell below the lower edge of the channel. And there was a bounce back. But so far, Ethereum has not been able to get back above the lower trend line. It's being rejected at the channel support, which is now acting as resistance. Here's where it gets interesting. If price makes 2 highs, so 1 and 2 highs, and breaks below, but then reclaims this lower trend line, that's what we call a trap setup. So when a breakdown turns into a fake out and price recover back into the structure, it often leads to a powerful rally, one that takes out previous highs. So to be clear, makes 1 high, 2 highs, and as long as Ethereum reclaims the bottom of this ascending channel, it'll likely aim for the top of the channel again and possibly break higher. We have seen this exact same pattern before. Let me show you this on Bitcoin chart as well. Okay, let's take a look at this April to May on Bitcoin's 4-hour time frame. So Bitcoin moved inside an ascending channel. So it made 1 high and another, then it broke below the channel, but reclaimed the lower boundary shortly after. And what happened? It blasted even past the upper channel boundary in a clean breakout. And this is not just a one-time event either. Back in September to October of 2023, Bitcoin again formed a multi-week ascending channel from the lows. So it created wave 1, wave 2 inside the channel, then broke down below the bottom, but recovered and came back inside this channel. Then this recovery turned into a full breakout past the top of the channel. Now bring it back to Ethereum. Makes 1 high, then another, broke below. And if ETH reclaims this channel, then the odds are heavily in favor of a breakout. And if you were to quantify it, if Ethereum simply returns to just top of the channel, that's already a plus 160% move from the current price. And do I think Ethereum can reclaim this channel? Personally, I think yes. And here's why. Institutional demand, specifically from the spot ETFs. It's something even many top traders I know aren't paying close attention to. In this cycle, Ethereum's price action has been largely driven by spot ETF flows. So when the big players like BlackRock and Fidelity, when they were buying aggressively, ETH performed pretty well. When their outflows picked up, when they were selling their ETH ETFs, the price typically dipped. And I'll walk you through that as well. If the number on the far right side is red, it means there has been a net outflow from Ethereum spot ETFs, so money flowing out. If it's black, it means that there has been a net inflow, money flowing in. So look at mid-August to early September last year, we saw heavy red, clear outflows. And during that time, Ethereum's price dropped over 20% from peak to bottom. Not a good look. Now compare that to November 22nd to December 17th. Nothing but consistent inflows, black numbers every day, which means money flew in to the ETH spot ETFs. And what happened? Ethereum surged over 25% from the bottom to top. And recently, all black numbers, from May 16 to June 12, we saw a record-breaking streak of 19 consecutive days of net inflows, and that momentum doesn't seem to be slowing down. But Ethereum's price is moving sideways. What does this represent? Institutional inflows into Ethereum have been surging recently, but price is moving sideways. I think we should all be able to guess what's going to happen next. So based on that, I think ETH has a solid shot at re-entering this ascending channel and could trigger a strong upward move. Now, do I think it's smart to blindly bet on that scenario ahead of time? Not really, especially not with altcoins. What I would rather do is wait for confirmation. So if Ethereum does reclaim this channel, that's when I'll look for long entries. And of course, being a top trader means you always plan for both sides. That's exactly what I'll do. So what if Ethereum does not reclaim the trend line yet and we get a pullback first? Let's walk through this scenario too. So clear the chart. What's the next important level? There's actually a horizontal resistance line that ETH struggled with multiple times before. So here, 1, 2, 3. So right here is the horizontal resistance line. Copy this level downward. You'll see that it now acts as a horizontal support zone. This level has seen multiple rejections and supports in the past. So basically, this has become a major consolidation range. So ETH briefly broke below this consolidation range and now has broken above the box once. But if we don't break through the trend line we drew and instead a pullback, the lower edge of the consolidation on box becomes a key demand zone. So ETH dips into that level and holds sideways for a while. That kind of compression can actually lead to expansion. We often see big moves follow. So here's the bottom line. If Ethereum can reclaim this ascending channel, that's a trend recovery and will likely get a massive breakout. So we can enter long here. The stop loss is also clear. If ETH fails and drops back below this channel, we're out. The risk is small, but potential reward is much bigger. That's a solid risk to reward setup, and consistently taking trades like this, that's what top traders do. And second, if Ethereum fails to reclaim this ascending channel and pulls back, watch the bottom of the consolidation box. It's been tested many times. And this line could offer a solid buying opportunity, so we can enter long here. So same thing, set your stop just below this level. Again, tight risk, high reward. That's the kind of trade we want. So depending on how price plays out, we'll know exactly where to enter long. Either way, Ethereum is at a critical inflection point. So stay focused. And one more thing, if you're paying full trading fees, just simply use my code JC777 and save up big on fees. Because we all know trading fees aren't something you can afford to ignore. So with BitGet, you'll get a 50% fee discount, and with Bybit, you'll get a 20% fee cashback every Monday. So that's real money back on every single trade. So check out the links in the comments. Don't tip the house more than you have to. And if you want to get updates faster before the crowd catches on, hit that subscribe and like button. You spotted a top trader before the noise. See you next time.